Sometimes we do so much for others that people forget it was our kindness. Instead, they begin to think it was our duty, and they're right. And that is the very moment when a person's sacrifice turns into ungratefulness. Tell me honestly, are you also that person who helps everyone, who is always the first to show up whenever there's a problem, but instead of hearing a thank you, you only get complaints in return? If yes, then listen carefully, because this story reveals a secret that can save both your kindness and your dignity. Helping someone in their difficult time. Who doesn't think it's a good thing? Kindness is a beautiful, noble quality. But while being kind, there is one thing you must never forget. If you're not careful, your kindness can start looking like weakness. Your generosity can start looking like an obligation. And that is exactly what happened with Thomas. Many years ago, in a quiet mountain village in Europe, lived a farmer named Thomas. People used to say, "A river of mercy flows in Thomas's heart." Day or night, winter or summer, if anyone asked for help, Thomas would leave everything and rush to them. No benefit, no greed, pure sincerity. That's why villagers lovingly called him the angel of the village. But wait, this love was not going to last forever. At first, people would thank him, give him blessings, and respect him. But as time passed, something began to change. Thomas's kindness became a habit for them. They were no longer grateful. Now they began to see it as their right. Slowly, they started believing that Thomas's kindness was their entitlement, like the rising of the sun or the falling of the rain. Then one day came the moment that changed everything. The chief of the village fell gravely ill. Desperate, he sent his servant with one command: "Go, call Thomas. He always brings medicine. He will bring it today as well." The servant hurried to Thomas's house, but what he found there, no one had expected. Thomas was lying in bed, panting, burning with fever. With weak eyes, he softly said, "Brother, forgive me today. I am sick myself. Please, wait until tomorrow." But instead of compassion, came anger. The man shouted, "This is your duty, Thomas. You always do everyone's work. Why are you refusing today?" Those words pierced Thomas's heart like a knife. He sat in silence, thinking to himself, was my love so weak that people mistook it for my duty? Did I erase the line myself, between where kindness ends and obligation begins? That night, Thomas couldn't sleep. The fever burned his body, but something else burned his soul. Hours passed as he stared at the wooden beams of his ceiling, and finally, he understood. Kindness is not something to be given blindly, because if every time you help in such a way that people begin to take it as compulsory, then kindness loses its true value. Kindness should always lift both hearts, yours and theirs. But if your kindness turns into their entitlement, then it no longer shines as kindness.